Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. This is Spiritual Healer Kimberly. Welcome to my channel and thanks for popping in. Today we are discussing the sacral chakra and the spiritual significance associated with the sacral chakra. You know, yesterday we spoke about the root chakra, and the root chakra was all about learning who we were and accepting who we are according to the Most High Creator. Fearless in our love and our creativity and our ability to literally accomplish anything. And today, as we move into the sacral chakra, it's all about finding what brings us the greatest level of joy. When we were created out of love, love's byproduct is joy. So when we build our foundation in love and we don't live our lives in joy, we kind of cancel everything out. I know we go to jobs that we don't like, we do things that we don't like all day long. We have all of these responsibilities. But within those, it's necessary that we find our joy and we add more joy to it. This is where hobbies come in. You know, do you like to paint? Do you like to write or read? Do you like to draw? Do you like to exercise? Anything that comes into your heart space and gives you that satisfaction and that smile on your face that makes you feel excited and whole and happy to get up in the morning, really. Some people don't have any joy in their lives at all simply because they're lacking the foundation and the understanding that they are everything that they already need to be. Lacking the understanding that they're not confined to just the status quo, but are fully capable of experiencing the ultimate amount of joy by simply paying attention to what you really do want to have in your life. Today's a day where we sit and we make a list. Okay, what are some of those things on my bucket list? What are some things that are already within my day? Even, finding joy in relationships, re-sparking the joyful feelings between partners, between family members, with friends and coworkers. This is where we're just grabbing joy and we're experiencing joy and making joy a part of our day every single day. Because a life without joy, well, what's the point, right? Joy doesn't have to cost much. It could be a simple hug. It can be conversing with people who you don't even know. Sitting down and having a cup of coffee with a friend. Exercising and taking a walk in a park or around the block or around your yard for that matter. When we go through challenges, joy slowly slips away. And sometimes we have knee-jerk reactions, right? When we focus on what's bringing us joy and set our intentions to experience joy every day, all of these little pieces of joy just come flowing in to build us up, to make us happy. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, spirituality isn't about joy. Well, it absolutely is. Or actually, I've been told being religious doesn't have anything to do with being joyful. But I disagree. When you're connected to the Most High Creator's ultimate desire and intention for you, joy is something that becomes automatic, an absolute requirement in every single day. So today, allow yourself to, first of all, remember, again, just who the heck you are to begin with. And allow yourself to let your mind wander and think about all of the different things that you can do that really can cost you nothing. That could bring joy, little bits and pieces of joy into your day. And focus on that. Write it down. Make it real. And do it. Be that. Because what we're cultivating in these first two steps between the root chakra and your sacral chakra is the basis of all else that will be manifested as we move forward. The Most High Creator can only create with us when we are in our ultimate joy. That's where the good juju comes in. That's where the spark of manifestation happens. And everything's going to fall back onto what it is that you chose to bring you joy today. So think about it and make it part of your day. And if you're having a tough day, a life coach once told me, stop exactly what you're doing, and for as much time as you have, either 1 minute or 15 minutes or 1 hour, do something that brings you joy. Right in the middle of your day. Having a bad day at work? Give yourself 30 or 60 seconds. Take yourself to a place that brings you joyfulness in your mind. Or get up and have an interaction that brings you joy. Make a phone call to someone who will bring you joy. Because once we all get on our joyful missions, we just keep each other joyful, you know. We're so joyful within that if somebody calls us, we give them the joy that they need that day because they're low. This is how the human component is supposed to work together. Our strengths and our weaknesses are up and down every day, and we are meant to rely on one another to fill the gaps where needed. So in your joy, help someone else be joyful too by being your joyful self. That's all that's required. It's really a lovely thing. Now for some tips for today. The sacral chakra is orange, so we're imagining an orange disc, which is right around our navel. And as for the endocrine system, it's affecting our ovaries and testes. And it's bringing balance and regulating the ovaries and the testes, having them function more correctly. And it helps us also regulate our base desires and our emotions. So there's where I'm explaining our joyfulness or calling someone else to assist in our joyfulness. This is where we begin to rise above the knee-jerk reactions and eliminate the need for them. This is where our base desires of sexuality and extremes like purchasing too much or drinking too much or doing too much drugs or anything like that, that comes back into alignment and is regulated and pulled into a more healthy positioning within your life. And it assists us from always exhibiting that knee-jerk flight or fight response. So yesterday we learned who we are, and today we're securing that within us, so we're not fluctuating wildly from one emotion to the other, to one fallback, such as drugs or alcohol or purchasing or whatever, over another. And instead we're developing an even keel of joy within our lives. The food for today to concentrate on, yesterday was proteins and lean meats, and today is liquids. It helps keep us regulated by allowing those fluids, we're mostly water. So when we drink our water, energy flows, and water is a conductor. So what we're doing by drinking water and paying attention to consuming more liquids is we're helping our bodies regulate this increase of energy that we receive by focusing on joy. The exercise for today, yesterday was a stretch, and today is a stretch and a balance-based exercise. I recommend lunges. Now let's talk about the exercise for a moment. The exercise does not need to be extreme. With the exercise that I suggest, we're simply opening up and stabilizing our bodies. so that the energy that we're creating has the ability to flow also. It also creates the possibility of a better flow. So by doing a stretch and then a balance-based exercise, what we're doing is bringing a grounding effect to our bodies so that that energy has the greatest possibility of flowing correctly and not getting stuck. And our crystals for today are, again, black obsidian, red jasper, and tiger's eye. These also help reduce negativity, amplify positive energy. It helps us ground and be calm. And it also gives us self-esteem, an additional push of confidence to keep going, knowing that we're going in the right direction. The archangels for today are Archangel Azrael, who helps with loss, death, and transition, and Archangel Raguel, which heals arguments and misunderstandings, brings harmony to situations, and attracts new friends. All of these things are absolutely necessary. What we're doing is taking away the negative by overriding it with positive. We're not letting anything go. We're not leaving anything behind. We're not changing. We're improving. We're causing ourselves to participate in things that we do want. And that positive energetic vibration overrides negative tendencies and negative energetic vibrations that are within us as residue from our past. And rather than all of our focus being on what was, we're now creating something new, something that we do want to see. And then naturally, things that need to change, they will. But it's not to be stressful ever. Because working with the Most High Creator on His intentions for us is quite literally the easiest thing I've ever done. And it should be the easiest thing that you've ever done for yourself as well. It won't take but a little while longer before you start seeing the results of bringing the additional joy into your life and remembering who the heck you are to begin with. Now tomorrow, with the solar plexus chakra, what we're going to do is take this understanding that we have about ourselves and our joyfulness, and we're going to begin integrating action into our day, where we're actually beginning to act like we are something, and we are joy, and we are love. So, considering these two steps, the root chakra and the sacral chakra, are everything to the rest of our journey, take the time today. Think about it. What brings you joy? And go after it. Let's see what the Most High wants to tell us through the Course in Miracles. What would you like to share with the collective today? It is in Chapter 16, The Forgiveness of Illusions, and it's Section 6, The Bridge to the Real World. The search for the special relationship is a sign that you equate yourself with the ego and not with God. For the special relationship has value only to the ego. To the ego, unless a relationship has special value, it has no meaning, for it perceives all love as special. Yet this cannot be natural, for it is unlike the relationship of God and His Son, and all relationships that are unlike this one must be unnatural. For God created love as He would have it be, and gave it as it is. Love has no meaning except as its Creator defined it by His will. It is impossible to define it otherwise and understand it. Love is freedom To look for it by placing yourself in bondage is to separate yourself from it. For the love of God, no longer seek for union in separation, nor for freedom in bondage. As you release, so will you be released. Forget this not, or love will be unable to find you and comfort you. This is a way in which the Holy Spirit asks for your help, if you would have His. The Holy Instant is His most helpful aid in protecting you from the attraction of guilt, the real lure in the special relationship. You do not recognize that this is its real appeal, for the ego has taught you that freedom lies in it. Yet the closer you look at the special relationship, the more apparent it becomes that it must foster guilt and therefore must imprison. The special relationship is totally meaningless without a body. If you value it, you must also value the body, and what you value you will keep. This special relationship is a device for limiting yourself to a body and for limiting your perception of others to theirs. The great rays would establish the total lack of value of the special relationship if they were seen. For in seeing them, the body would disappear because its value would be lost. And so your whole investment in seeing it would be withdrawn from it. You see the world you value. On this side of the bridge, you see the world of separate bodies, seeking to join each other in separate unions and to become one by losing. When two individuals seek to become one, they are trying to decrease their magnitude. Each would deny his power, for the separate union excludes the universe. Far more is left outside than would be taken in, for God is left without, and nothing taken in. If one such union were made in perfect faith, the universe would enter into it. Yet the special relationship the ego seeks does not include even one whole individual. The ego wants but part of him, and sees only this part and nothing else. Across the bridge it's so different. For a time the body is still seen, but not exclusively as it is seen here. The little spark that holds the great rays within it is also visible, and this spark cannot be limited long to littleness. Once you have crossed the bridge, the value of the body is so diminished in your sight that you will see no need to magnify it at all. For you will realize that the only value the body has is to enable you to bring your brothers to the bridge with you and to be released together there. The bridge itself is nothing more than a transition in the perspective of reality. On this side, everything you see is grossly distorted and completely out of perspective. What is little and insignificant is magnified, and what is strong and powerful cut down to littleness. In the transition, there is a period of confusion in which a sense of actual disorientation may occur. But fear it not, for it means only that you have been willing to let go your hold on the distorted frame of reference that seemed to hold our world together. This frame of reference is built around the special relationship. Without this illusion, there could be no meaning you would still seek here. Fear not that you will be abruptly lifted up and hurled into reality. Time is kind, and if you use it on behalf of reality, it will keep gentle pace with you in your transition. The urgency is only in dislodging your mind from its fixed position here. This will not leave you homeless and without a frame of reference. The period of disorientation, which precedes the actual transition, is far shorter than the time it took to fix your mind so firmly on illusions. Delay will hurt you now more than before, only because you realize it is a delay, and that escape from pain is really possible. Find hope and comfort rather than despair in this. You cannot long find even the illusion of love in any special relationship here, for you are no longer wholly insane, and you would soon recognize the guilt of self-betrayal for what it is. Nothing you seek to strengthen in the special relationship is really part of you, and you cannot keep part of the thought system that taught you it was real, and understand the thought that knows what you are. You have allowed the thought of your reality to enter your mind, and because you invited it, it will abide with you. Your love for it will not allow you to betray yourself, and you could not enter into a relationship where it could not go with you, for you would not want to be apart from it. Be glad you have escaped the mockery of salvation the ego offered you, and look not back with longing on the travesty it made of your relationships. Now no one need suffer, for you have come too far to yield to the illusion of the beauty and the holiness of guilt. Only the holy and sane could look on death and suffering, sickness and despair, and see it thus. What guilt has wrought its ugly, fearful, and very dangerous. See no illusion of truth and beauty there, and be you thankful that there is a place where truth and beauty wait for you. Go on to meet them gladly, and learn how much awaits you for the simple willingness to give up nothing, because it is nothing. The new perspective you will gain from crossing over will be the understanding of where heaven is. From this side, it seems to be outside and across the bridge. Yet as you cross to join it, it will join with you and become one with you. And you will think in glad astonishment that for all this you gave up nothing. The joy of heaven, which has no limit, is increased with each light that returns to take its rightful place within it. Wait no longer for the love of God and you, and may the holy instant speed you on the way, as it will surely do if you but let it come to you. The Holy Spirit asks only this little help of you. Whenever your thoughts wander to a special relationship which still attracts you, enter with him into a holy instant, and there let him release you. He needs only your willingness to share his perspective, to give it to you completely, and your willingness not be complete, because his is perfect. It is his task to atone for your unwillingness by his perfect faith, and it is his faith you share with him there. Out of your recognition of your unwillingness for your release, his perfect willingness is given you. Call upon him, for heaven is at his call, and let him call on heaven for you. Amen. And you know, this really speaks about our willingness to realize that there's a lot that we don't want, that we do every day, that we see every day, that affects us every day. But when we remember who the hell we are to begin with, and we begin focusing on cultivating joy in our lives, we're walking across that bridge. That joy, that love, that boundless creativity, that ability to do absolutely anything is ours for the taking. And we're crossing the bridge when we reach for it. We're allowing the Most High Creator the opening that we need to cultivate more joy. And like I said, we leave behind and change really nothing. All we're doing is overriding what we don't want and replacing it with what we do want. It's quite simple. It happens naturally. For God is the Most High Creator is the most natural thing that we are. At our origin, we are all very much the same. So cultivate it within you by making a determined effort to find that joy today. Rediscover that joy today. And be that joy today with all of your heart. I love you. And I'll talk to you again at 2 for the midday motivation. Bye for now.